Good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook. Thank you, members, and thank you for those of you who are watching now, our fellow audience, and also thank you for visiting our website. If you are first time, just give us a thumbs up so we know that you are the first time, and hope that what you will learn tonight can give you some benefit. And if you find that some of our teaching and some of our tools are good, do pick them up from our live Facebook, from our YouTube, and also from the Google and Apple Play Store. So what do we have for tonight? That's right, tonight we will be talking about the tools eventually we have from our company, Trade VSA, as well as Smart Robie and VSA 360. These are the two tools that we have, and currently we are having also a sales to support. Some of you may be interested, and for those of you who have signed up recently on the 12 in here, we thank you for your support in here. So we do hope that the remaining December 2022 we will get a nice rally. Have we seen those good figures coming out from the US, which I did talk about in the Telegram in here. So let's get on to what we have for you tonight. That's right. So thank you for sharing tonight, and for those of you who have joined us as our new member and also our past member, I welcome you tonight, and I do hope tonight the sharing, what I'm about to share with you, will also give you some new skills, and also I want to share with you a tool framework that would help you going forward in assessing the market and how you can trade better and more responsive, giving you maximum return and minimum risk. So tonight, welcome again to our live Facebook. We have a two-part live FB series, definitely now focusing more on the tools rather than just on the outlook of the sector, just to make things interesting. For tonight, the 14th of December, we'll be focusing on tools to build your trading portfolio. From that focus, it doesn't really necessarily mean that if you're an investor, you can't use it too, but I definitely share with you, our VSA 360 do have the elements of investing, whether to check those fundamental shares. So let's get on to what we have for you tonight. And you have some really pending questions that you really want to ask, do pencil those in here. Other than that, I thank you again, and give us a thumbs up. So we will always produce good video and good content for our members in here. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all our video that will be archived eventually. So tonight's sharing, we'll be talking about the tools for building your trading portfolio, at least 2022, but not forgetting 2023 will be a very exciting year where there is a lot of market volatility and opportunity coming ahead. We'll be talking about the KLSE outlook for the next 2 weeks, because now it's already mid-December, so 2 more weeks. We want to see where the markets are likely to be heading, and a brief introduction to the benefits and feature of VSA 360 at our dashboard, and also our outlook going forward in here. And we do think that if the December 2022 rally do occur, then we reckon January will be the time where it will taper off. But if we do get a little bit of a sideways market like what we're getting right now in December 2022, then likelihood the market may pick up in January 2023. So that's always good. So bottom line, it boils to, if we get a rally this month, then January will be a sell-off, because 1 month up, then another month will be down. But if we do get some sort of a sideways market, the rally might just start off in January 2023 in here. Take note of it in here. Now, of course, not forgetting is our VSA 360, the new features that we have in here, stock alert, and these are the tools that I'll be talking about tonight in here. So take note of it. So for those of you who are currently members who have purchased our VSA 360, definitely this will suit you very well. But good news ahead. The sales 2022 has been extended by popular demand, so you still can get it now for until end of month, I believe so, for this 2688 price in here. Thank you for getting it. And you know what they say, the early bird gets the early worm in here. Now, so far we were slightly bearish once the market, remember last week when it actually turned red pentagon here, right? And this is where the market is, but it did hold above the 20-day moving average. And I did say, if the market breached below those 220 moving average in here, which you see here, then the market will likely go to. But it did hold this. This became a very, very good support. You can see holding it, and then we have a nice almost 11 points of 0.9% up move in here, and that's what we call some of the sign of strength, which is very similar, not complete a 2-bar reversal where the market go up. And trust me, I do think tomorrow when the result comes out, I believe the foreign funds did come in and buy some of the stocks that we've seen in here. So that's very positive. And I said time and time again, we really need those foreign funds coming in to push this market in here. So with that in mind, I think my outlook will turn really positive. And guess what? I do think the KLCI will turn green pentagon very soon. If not tomorrow, maybe next week. So keep that in mind, and that's going to be very positive. So the holding above the 20-day moving average and the railway track, what you see, the railway track, this one here, that means this market is continued to be bullish going forward. All right, so that's keep in mind. So on the foreign funds, sorry, this is going back to foreign funds. Let's take a look at the foreign funds dated back 13th of December. All right, 13th of December. And today the market closed pretty well. We can see everything is green, all our top 30 Bursa in here. So usually when you get this kind of green, what does that mean? It simply means that foreign funds are buying in here, right? I think you all know that. So let's take a look at where we are this morning in terms of the foreign funds in here. And you could see here when we just open up, all right, you could see the market was sort of moving sideways because of foreign funds. So once we have this big move like we see in here, you can see here, right, positive, then you get this nice up, and we will know tomorrow morning. So make sure you check out the VSA 360 to find out. And if the foreign fund were to come in today, tomorrow, and until at least end of the year, then we're going to see this market rallying. On top of that, of course, some of those positive sector will be technology, logistic, energy has sort of tapered off, but you can see logistic is getting bullish. So take note of it. Bullish is logistic in here. The other one is consumer. Consumer is becoming stronger last week to this week. This is where we want to see a comparison. This light green is last week, and see 6th of December. This one is just yesterday. So you can see technology started to tape off from 0.71 to 0.1. The KLCI is just slightly in the middle. What is still really negative, it's the plantation and healthcare. Hopefully healthcare will do turn up in here. All right, so much for that one. And that sort of paint the sector where we're going for. All right, but we want to take a look at the tools tonight in here to see where the market is. All right, now the VSA 360 also have what we call the monthly seasonal in here, and I do think that you can see every year the KLCI, if we just move here to the side, it's been giving us a negative 7% return for the last 7 years. That's right, with the average return almost minus 1%. So KLCI buying and holding hasn't been a great thing. And because of the market that we are seeing here, on the backdrop of the usual seasonally stronger December, you can see I do think the market is likely to close the yearly gain. We might get maybe -1 or -2% rather than -5.2, which is shown over there. So okay, man, there's a little bit more of up movement push from here onwards. All right, and also in line with the Rakuten trade, the analyst in there posted 6th of December, they are expecting the market to close at 1560. I think the market this evening, it closes at, let me just check here again, 1481. Okay, 1481. We have another slightly more like 80 points to move, which is possible in the last 2 days. We can see this market rally in here, just like today. The last 15 minutes of the market just push up in here. And usually we will get this kind of thing because it's easier to push towards to the end of the market. So that means the KLCI will have to move 6 to 7%. But I do believe likelihood the market may not end at 1560. Maybe if it can break through 150, that's really positive already. Okay, in here. So the 7-2 framework I want to share with you to build your trading portfolio wealth is simply this. First of all is the assessment, all right? Just like, a beginner and experience. Some of you may have known playing badminton or playing golf or being a runner, okay? Now, over the COVID period, I have learned to do jogging and do running. And I can tell you, right, everyone thought running is so simple. You just get a pair of shoes and start to run. But it's not so simple when you start to run for 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer, and even registered for a half marathon in here. So there's a lot of assessment, in building the fundamentals. Building fundamentals, just like if you're playing badminton, you need to be good with the drop shots and the overhead smash. And for the golfers, you need to play the long game and the short game well. And for the runner, to strengthen some of your upper core, your body and your legs, so you don't get the injury that most runners get. And the same thing too when it comes to trading in here. What is your assessment in here? If you're a beginner, give yourself some room to make mistakes in here. And if you experience, right, maybe some of the tools that we share with you will definitely put you in there. More importantly, I think all of us need to be open to reassess where our skill is in, and don't put yourself in a difficult position and say, hey, in 6 months or 9 months, I'll be the greatest investor and trader. We all learn from our mistake. We all learn from our experience. Second one is mental preparation. I think mental preparation is also important, where the psychology of it, just like if you have an injury playing from badminton or golf, you need to rest. And the same goes for if you happen to have a bad month from losing or making a bad trade, you listen to the wrong tips, and sometimes you be so hard on yourself that you can never come back, or you over traded. We all know in year 2021 where the COVID-19 came and everyone was bullish on the rubber glove, and we've seen a lot of people just jump into it and buy lots of these stocks and eventually did not cut loss and still holding on your losses. These people still had that kind of psychology that is still find it very, very difficult. Shout out to Nora. Thank you, Nora, for sharing your link, and do remind them that all the things that we talk about. And then we also talked about the third one is your trading goal. Okay, now a lot of people don't have really a trading goal. They just go in and try to make money. That's all. I think it's also important that we want to have, if you are trading a lot of intraday, you want to put in a weekly goal as well as a monthly goal in there, or maybe even a 6-month goal if you can't do a monthly. I think this goal is important to measure. Now, of course, we always want to measure in terms of how well the market is performing, right? If the market is doing well and you're not doing well, then that is something not right. And generally, we always want to in par with that. It's just the same thing saying, now the weather, now currently in Malaysia, we are experiencing cold weather. There will be very small chance that you will go in and see maybe bright sunshine and saying, and the same thing goes through. Right now, the market seems to be very bearish, but I do think that with the right tool and maybe like an umbrella, you can protect yourself, right? Just like with the right tool like VSA 360, you're able to pick up good stock, good trending stock that will enable you to do better and much better in here. So the trading goals is important, right? Weekly. And then what market to trade? I think a lot of us just know how to trade the KLCI or the Bursa Malaysia. I think it's important as part of our extension and education that we do here. We do always talk about the US market being the closest neighbor in terms of the market correlation, and it's a lot of good opportunity due to the time frame, and it's open 10:30 p.m. at night, and you can trade the short hour in here too. And not to forget the system trading tools. There's a lot of free tools, there are a lot of premium tools, but I do think that we fall into the affordable premium tools, as we said before. And of course, we are very proud of the technology that we use, volume spread analysis with our screener analysis, fundamental analysis, as well as alert that will put you almost 90% of our trader investor that use it ahead of the public. Last but not least is one of the new platform that we added this year, and then starting in November we have a virtual trading platform where you can trade paper. I think that's also important, rather than putting real money in there or just learning how to listen. You still need to do the work. Now remember, when you first learn how to ride your bicycle, right? Do you learn riding bicycle by watching your parents teach you? No, right? You still have to jump upon it. Now let's say we have a virtual platform that allows you to do paper trading or trading with monopoly money, where at least you are able to test out your skill in here. But do bear in mind, paper trading is the part where the mental preparation is been minus off, but this is also important we keep that in mind. And then if you are doing very well on that virtual platform in here, then the question is, how was your performance, right? And did you win more? Did you lose less? Did you have a good detailed analysis? What was your strategy? Because once you get into a real time trading in here, then you need to focus on why I do better on the virtual trading compared what I do on the real. So this 7 tools framework is used to build your trading portfolio in here. And guess what? Our Trade VSA certainly focus on all these 7 tools in here with the platform that we have. Now, of course, our VSA 360 platform is a software that is catered for all trader investors, whether they are short-term, fundamentals, long-term, and or just a combo of it, or even just a newbie. And if you are a newbie, definitely this is something very suitable. But tonight, the focus will be definitely on the fundamental on the medium to long-term investor and trader that usually don't have time to monitor. Then of course our VSA 360 also focus on the fundamental stocks, like for example someone who want to look at the fundamental stocks, what are those available in here. Now let's talk about this elderly gentleman, because he is always traveling and is always on the move. He don't have time to monitor, so he needs an alert. So definitely if you can find out a system that gives him the kind of stock trade idea that he can trade on a medium to longer time frame, that was certainly suitable for him here, right? And that's something that we are very proud to share with you. One of the tools that you will see in all our Pentagon Guider is our color-coded calendar in our stock screener. Now this is from our Pentagon Guided Trade Idea, which usually target for medium to long range, which is we are talking about 2 or 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks or even longer. So basically what it says is simply you want to trade with the major index. And remember early on we were talking about the main index. Every time we always look at the red pentagon and the green pentagon of our KLCI, remember? So similarly, we are doing that. Now, the things that you see here is the blue color-coded days, and then we have the yellow color-coded days. These are your blue one. The blue one simply mean the green pentagon has turned, and this one is red pentagon on the 3rd, 4th, 7, 8, and 9, and then green pentagon came in on the 10th of November, and these are the white one, just a public holiday lah. All right, so you can see from here onwards we always want to be trading when there is a blue trend zone or a green pentagon, so that way you're trading with a major index. And one of the ways to picture is that if you are in the open sea, right, and you are swimming, you want to be swimming with the tide, you want to be swimming with the current. No point you go against the current, right? That's why we see a lot of windsurfer, a lot of also board surfer. They take advantage of the big wave, the wind, all right, behind them, and they're able to move on. And similarly in the stock market is the same thing too. If you see that our major index KLCI is the big wave, or is the wind that blows your sail. So if you are on that individual sailboat or individual stocks, you want that major index to be blowing you. And of course it also makes sense to have the sector too, right? We have the technology sector, we have the energy sector, we have the consumer, we have the construction. We also want to have that sector behind you to able to push you, so these stocks can pretty much go higher. And that's one of the tools important to take note in here. Okay, now if you have any question, you want me to pause, go back into it. Now this is one of the way where you want to use the Pentagon Guider, right, to trade with the sectors. Now on all our screener in here are color coded in here. Definitely this needs some explanation in here. When it is red color means the trend is certainly still trending down. These are still trending up, but there will be a point where it will start to turn. Definitely in here we go back to 3 weeks ago. As I said before, the Pentagon Guider are very suitable for 2 weeks to 3 weeks, where the signal will start to pick up and start to move up from here onwards, right? So we go back to 3 weeks ago, which is on the 23rd. okay, the 23rd, because tonight is the 14th. So let's go back to 23rd in here, slightly more than 3 weeks ago. So immediately you will see here we have two things, the date on top and also the win rate. The win rate is when Pentagon Guider shortlisted almost the 1,000 over stocks in the KLCI, and only 17 became green Pentagon. And out of those 17 that turned green Pentagon on the 23rd of November, 75% of them actually made money, or at least became positive from the day where the market turned green Pentagon, falling on the 24th of November. All right, the difference between the opening price on the 24th till 13th of December, definitely you can see Coraza has gone up 23%. Dufu was up 15%. Yeah, Dufu did pretty well, right? And Pestec 12% and 11% in here. So these are just going back to 2 to 3 weeks ago. You can see how well it is. And again, this is because the 23rd of November here was blue trend zone, was green Pentagon. All right, so the green Pentagon definitely going to give you one. And if you have VSA 360, you can check it out in here. Just select the date and then the win rate will come up. This is really one of the features where we are willing to show you, right, how powerful is our Pentagon Guider by going back to 2 to 3 weeks ago, how those stocks would have fared even if you have bought it. So the question is, there is a lot of this kind of opportunity available in here. If you go back to 3 weeks ago, you're able to pick this up in here. Right now, another feature on our Pentagon Guider feature many may not be talk about is the 3 stock strategy that is based on the VSA market stages. Now, if you look back in the stock here, just above here under default, you can actually click here. We have 3 strategy. The default, it means you select everything lah. Okay, select everything. Then we have 3 stock strategy, which pre-select from here. Basically, you have a list of shortlisted, maybe say 15 or 20. From then they will shortlist you again. So you have the bottom fishing shares, which means you're buying at the bottom of the market. Bottom fishing, that's what we call bottom fishing. And it usually is for medium to advanced user, because you're buying at a very low. The market, the stock hasn't moved yet. Maybe still in stage 1. But if you're buying on strategy number 2 is stage 1 to stage 2 shares, then this is generally for beginners. This is the one that you want to see. So you can see here. And then we have the medium to the advanced, which is the third strategy, is the mid stage 2 shares, which means the stocks is currently move up higher already, right? So in terms of the market stages, we have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So stage 1 is where you're buying at bottom fishing in, and you want to be a bit more careful with that. So with the stocks that we have just now, right, let me just share with you. When you switch to bottom fishing, just click on it, right, and you can see that it has 3 stocks, HSS Engineer, NCOP, and LBI Capital. Only LBI Capital at that time did not make any money at all. You can see, loss, still minus 4.9%. This is going to bottom fishing. All right, so the risks are lower. Then the next one is stage 1 to stage 2. So you pick 2 shares. It didn't move up a lot, just 3% and 1% Padini. But if you look back at Padini, let me just share with you in here. Right? Go back to VSA 360, position sizing in here. I'll just show you how I get that, right? So I'll go to Pentagon Guider. What date was it just now? The, okay, here, I'll just, something is not right here. Okay, just wait for the loading first, because we have to wait for the charts to come out here. Okay, let me just open this up again. Okay, you can see that. So we go back to the 23rd. Okay, 23rd of, we click submit. Right, and you can see here, this is the 75% which we talk about in here. So we did not edit any of those stocks. And this is where we talk about the default. Okay, default. So bottom fishing, you scan it to 3 stocks. Right, then we have the stage 1 to stage 2 shares. And you can even mouse over and you can see, right, on the date itself, this is where you want to be buying. So here you can gone in about maybe 328. It went as high as 350. Okay, so let's say 349. Of course, right now the market has red pentagon lah. But if we've gone up around now, if you just aim for 10% in here, let's do this. Okay, the marker of 327. So let me bring out my calculator. Okay, we market went as high as 349. Okay, so 349 divided by 32. Just mouse over, you can see from here onwards, 328 lah, 328. Okay, that's almost 18%. You see 18%, right? So if you have gone in the following day, 18%. Okay, but we are talking about usually in a shorter term trading in here, right? Maybe 10%. Right now it's 1% in here. The next example, all right, same thing. Gen Guild, I hope I got it right. So we ending on opening is 45 cents. What's the high here? The high is 51, right? So 51 divided by 45. So that is already 13%. Okay, we minus 100 lah. So even if you see here 3%, it doesn't really need to be, because sometimes in between we put our profit target there. Keep in mind we put our profit target. So generally, as I said before, if you are trading 8-10%, you will get it here. Okay, then we go on to the third one, is the mid stage 2, and this is something that I want to share with you, how you're able to capture big part of profit. But this one generally we won't select lah, because there's nothing much traded here. The volumes are pretty low. But on top of that, if you had gone in, that was 34 cents. And the market went up to 36 cents, 36, 34, and that's almost 10%. And this is the idea I want to share with you in here, is how you want to go back and take a look at them in here. You can go over to 22nd, right, and click on that one. Okay, you will see they are all around, as long as the green pentagon are there, your kind of win rate are pretty good, because yeah, here you go, you're 66%. Only 9 trades out, you're up 66%. So a lot of the major so-called screening is already done by VSA screener in here. Okay, the VSA screener in here. And you can also click on help, and this will start interactive. It'll tell you how do you want to do this next, and so on and so forth. Win rates, that's the one you can see, right? How it calculates that. So you can also click into that, the dates, using this help screen that you see here. Let me get out of the way first. This one here, okay? Yep, click on this one. You can see this is actually an interactive help that will able to put you into it. So you can also go on to 21st, right? You can see those, give it a 2 or 2, that's still 61%. Okay, 61% in here. And take note, Yuli, you can see, right? Yuli Corp down 10%. Just wait for it, for the charts to come out. Sometimes, yeah, the Yuli Corp, it actually turned up here and then immediately turned. So you should have cut. So let's say you've gone in at 138, you cut on the red pentagon, because you can find red pentagon within the day. Maybe out the next day, opening 128. Okay, so 138 minus 128, how much would they have lost? Let me bring out the calculator again. My calculator keep missing. So 138. Okay. So 138 minus 128. Okay, so that's 10 cents divided by 138. Okay, so that's 7.2%, not 10% lah. So you'll cut 10% in here. And on top of that, do take note, this is always purple. And purple, sometimes the market means it's heavily bullish. So just keep in mind with that one. You can also click on this one here. That's until 14th of December. GDEC did pretty well. Okay, and let's go on to what we call bottom fishing. Yeah, you got BAT 7%, you got stage 1 to stage 2 none, and then you got mid stage 2 just Yuli Corps. Some of them don't fall into it, because some of them don't fall into either mid stage 2 or mid stage 3. So keep that in mind. Some of them just don't fall into it. So this is one way you can go back and so-called confirm that the strategy works for you in here. All right, so I hope that's how I want to share with you in here. Right, and the best of all, it's always those of you who have got hold of the VSA 360, test it out yourself, and that's the only way you can do. And the one a better way to test it out is use the virtual trade in the stock trading in here, which later I'll share with you. This one is cameras, as I said before, on mid stage 2. So when you go back to 3 weeks ago, and you can see, now let's turn another example, which is 2 weeks ago, 1st of December. All right, and you can see first of December, the market, right, 1st of December has a win rate of 72.2%. So out of those 19 stock that is shortlisted in here, right, 72% of them actually made money in here. Okay, we're going to take a look at it in here. So the first one we show on bottom fishing, right, bottom fishing, and that happened to be a lot of technology. You can see Kobe up 2% in here. Okay, we'll take a look at Kobe, and on stage 1 to stage 2 shares, that is only one share, Malfa, okay, Malfa, and then the mid stage 2 shares is, you got 4, okay, 75% in here. So let's take a look at 1st of December. Okay, click here, go to 1st of December, right, you can see after 1st of December is still blue trend zone, but market turned red pentagon on the 7th. Market turn red pentagon on the 7th. So you go to 1st of December. Okay, hit that one. And you can see this one will turn the 1st of December. So you can click here and sort out. The biggest winner here was XOX, which is a 4-cent stock. Itronic is a 9-cent stock. So those are pretty dangerous. 10 cent. So you notice those who have made big movement the last 2 weeks generally are those stocks that are penny stocks, like 8 cent, 27 cent, $1.90 Lexing, and you can see from here. So you can just mouse over, you're able to pick up some of these stocks in here. Okay, we don't have S and F cap here. Okay, we got CNA here. Or CNA actually move up a fair bit. You can see this one really hits up here. So if you look at CNA, okay, this was 38 cents, and you could have gone in somewhere around here, 27 cents. So if you do your maths, 38, okay, 38 cents divided by 27, agak-agak lah, wait, 38 cents divided by 0.27. So that is already 40%. Some of these so-called penny stocks in here. And we can also look at the big loss in here, XOX. Okay, so let's look at XOX. XOX is one of those penny shares where it drops, it can drop a lot. Okay, just keep that in mind. So because we bought around here 4 cents, it went down to 3 cents. That's almost 12%. Cycorp, this is the one that you can see. Red Pentagon came out in here. We would have made some losses. Usually the loss when Red Pentagon comes out, if you follow it, usually it's about 8% kind of loss, which is around here lah. Crescendo, all right, this is a lot of stocks not traded. This one turned Green Pentagon, but then you have this thing sell back down 4%. DNO is this chart is not, we have looked into it. Tianhua is no longer listed. Hey, Tianhua is still listed lah. I'm surprised, still 93 cents in here. Then your Globetronics is one of the stocks. We actually turned Green Pentagon, and I kind of like it too. But today you have an uptrust. Okay, uptrust at the last one was about 10 p.m. in here. Kobe, okay, at 10 p.m. Okay, this one is at 10 p.m. tonight. Right. So this will sort of give you the so you can look at stage 1 to stage 2. There's only Malfa in here, and stage 3 you can sort of narrow it down. So let's say for tonight, and tonight is 14. So 14 is yellow trend zone. Would you want to buy? Definitely not. So you still want to wait for that Green Pentagon that you want to buy, and in order to do that. So let's just for fun wise, we got a lot of stocks in here. We got 15 stocks, and of course today we are not able to calculate the win rate. Okay, so here is this one here. So let's take a look at the markets here. We don't see anything. Stage 1 to stage 2. Yep, we got 3 here. Able Global, yeah, Able Global, we can take a look at it. But Able Global just turned Green Pentagon, but it's moving kind of sideways. T7 turned Green Pentagon. Unique just turned Green Pentagon in here. Unique Fire, this is the one right in here. Let's go to mid stage 2. AWC, okay, this one started to move up, turned Green Pentagon. And J-Corp also just sort of shoot up in here. We'll see whether this in the coming days we'll see that run, or you can pick it up tomorrow, come back in here, and the chart will be updated. You can see from here, this chart is updated at 10 p.m. It's a live data chart, right? But if you come in tomorrow, it'll be updated just 10 to 20 minutes delay. So those are the tools that will put you up very, very well in here, all right? So that's, I gotta, just time committing, I better keep moving. There are a couple of things I want to share with you, the tools that we have, and also in the VSA 360. So simple rule with the Pentagon trade idea is the entry, exit and profit target, which we will address right now. Just stay with me in here. When you see the market, the main index is blue trend zone. When you see the upper calendar here, that means there's a time you want to be entering. When there is no blue trend zone, that's just yellow, you want to stay out in here. And usually the longer period, you're likely to produce higher success, 2 to 3 weeks longer in here. Okay, any question, just pencil those in there. I'm happy to answer. This is a system. Now the new feature tools, I'm just going to go through it quickly. Usually I cover this in the morning section of our Smart Robie on Monday at 10:15 on live Facebook. You may catch me. So in the hot sector in here, you can see Smart Robie apps. So that's the one you can have here. Let me just switch this back to the highlighter. Okay, now let me switch this back. Okay, pen. Okay, a laser pointer here. So we can look at the market, which one is really trending here. So you can see from here what is hot, and definitely the 6th of December, this is telling me the hot sectors is actually, what was it? Energy. Okay, we will look at it shortly. We'll look at it shortly, just switching to the Pentagon. So the main idea behind it is that all the hot sectors, they are sort by, let me just show you what I mean. So I'll bring this up here. And okay, they are sorted by Pentagon date. So if you look into this hot sector right now that I have, and I'm showing you right in front of the screen here. So let's look at the energy. Okay, energies for example in here. So those on top, like item number 1, 2, 3 or 4, they will have the latest Pentagon. It could be a red Pentagon, it could be a green Pentagon. Definitely from here onwards, you can see Coastal turn red Pentagon already. Global T7 also turn green Pentagon. Icon turn green Pentagon. Or turn red Pentagon. Many of these are actually turning red Pentagon already. Okay, those are still running is Petra Energy, turn green Pentagon on the 22nd and it's up 27%, 15th of November. So this is just at the energy sector. So maybe we can take a look at logistic. Okay, logistic may be the one that is turning positive soon. So you can see from here, more green Pentagon. Okay, Tasco turn red Pentagon, Post turn green Pentagon on the 13th of December. It's a mid cap stocks, small caps, FM logistic red Pentagon, CHGP, okay, a property, Shinyang Syscop turn red Pentagon, Swift just turn green Pentagon. So we can look at the Swift in here. So we can switch to the VSA 360 and look at Swift and see from there onwards. Okay, so if you get this, just keep clicking it. All right, and you'll get back to the back here. Right, and you just put Swift. Swift just turned green Pentagon. So that's how you spotted the green Pentagon in here. Yeah, okay, this is it's a Robie rating of 5 out of 8. It's a long-term stock. It's a FA Dido, pays about 2% dividend. Small cap, it's a relatively small cap stock. Only 438, so keep in mind it's in the green Pentagon, but it has some sort of resistance in here. And later on, I'm going to talk about the risk to reward 1.4 to 1, which we will coming soon. These are one of the tools I want to share with you in here. So in here, you just need to sort of look for those stocks every day on daily basis. What are those that you like? You can see some of them already like Tiangnam Logistic. Since 25th of November, up 10% already. GDEX up 15%. So HeckTech is one of the red Pentagon is down 17. It's up 17% since the 21st of November in here. This is because sometimes when you go to red Pentagon in here, because of the sudden big movement, it can still pops up in here. All right, so VSA will avoid those climatic big movement in here. So that's the idea behind it. And you can look at the second or third item, because the number one now right now you see from the chart here is technology here, right? Technology, but you can look at Translogic, which is the transportation, energy, and property too. So if you have time, you can take a look at it in here. Usually I just take a look at the first one on top of it in here. So I want to quickly move on because I want to talk about next thing is our VSA combo tools. Our two combo tools that we don't usually talk about. Now I'm going to talk about is the visual trading plan, combine it with the PS calculator. Now for a member, you may heard of the position sizing calculator, which is used to calculate how much risk, how much outlay, and how much potential. So you want to combine this together to calculate how much you want to be trading. All right, so this is one of the ways you want to do it. I'm going to share with you tonight. Definitely, first of all, you got to pick a stock candidate, right? Because these are the two. In this example here, we have DNO. All right, we have DNO in here. This is the stocks that it is tonight in here. You can see green pentagon. Let's say I decided I wanted to go in, and why I want to go in, because the reward to risk is 1.89, and the rule says that as long as it's above 1, higher is better, then it's okay to do the risk, to do the trade. Sorry. So let's go to DNO. Let me just switch to DNO for you here. Okay, and you click on to DNO. Okay, so DNO, and you can see the reward to risk is 1.89. So this is how it 1.89 is mean if you risk 1 or you risk 10%, you get 18.9. If you risk 1 ringgit, you get 1 ringgit 90 cent. And one of the ways to do it is that you enter at current prices. Okay, current prices 438, and your stop loss is 419, but you take profit at 474. All right, 474. So that's how we do it now. So what we do is that you move over to the left hand side. There's a calculator here. Hit that one, and you want to open up. Click here, and this will open up in here. So let me just go through it, explain. It's how much is your current capital. How much are you willing to risk from your current capital? So let's say you have 20,000. If you're risking 2%, meaning you're only risking 400 ringgit. So your the entry price, we can take it from our chart itself just now, right? Remember the DNO, okay? Entry price will be the N438. If you can get it at 438, R2 will be your target profit, and your stop loss is 419 here. So you go here. So let's say we put in 20,000, we risk 2%. Okay, entry price is what? 438, right? 438. So we put in 438. Stop loss price, we have it here. We have 419. So if you're following with me, just type, give me a thumbs up so I'll make sure you're following this one. So 419, and then target profit is 474. Okay, so that's it. So everything else you just calculate for you. So you need to have a 1.3 at least. So you can see 1.89 automatically calculate for you. So in here, what it simply says that you are only risking 400 ringgit for this trade. And if it hits 7 ringgit 47, you will take profit with target profit of 760 ringgit gross. Okay, and you're risking 400 to take 700 ringgit. And how much share you need to buy? 2,000 share. Okay, so 2,000 share times $4. That's use a calculator here. That's roughly about maybe 8,000 plus. Okay, 8,000 plus. So that's all you need for this trade, all right? And if you wanted to risk a bit more, let's say you risk 3%, you recalculate it again. You can see you're only risking $600 to get 1,113 ringgit if you're trading with DNO. And one of the things that if you want to trade DNO is because it has a nice push up. Now it's like a pullback. If it's going to head towards here, voila, you buy how many shares? Go back to position sizing. You buy 3,100, maybe you just round up to 3,160 shares. Okay, 701,168 and 4, so you need $12,000, but you're only risking $600 because your stop loss is 419. Now, if you get that, please hit thumbs up so I'll make sure you're following this, because we're going to do another example too. All right. So that's the first example. The second example we'll be doing right now is public bank. Now, what a lot been said about public bank recently. I think just a day or yesterday, the founder of public bank, Tay Hong Piao, died. So some people say when he passed away, maybe he will pass on to a more able CEO that will modernize public bank, right? And you can see this stock start to move higher. How many of you think public bank is going to move higher? I do know that this is not Sharia compliance, but let's take a look at it. Again, go back to public bank, all right? And we go to public bank here. So PBB, hit that one, and make sure whatever you choose has to have reward to risk one, at least above one lah. Huh? If it's not above one, you will see red color one. You can see this is where we are. You can see 435, 461, and entry price is 444. All right. So same thing that we do. Okay, this time we go back to maybe do 2.5%. Okay, and what is our entry price? Is 444. Okay, 444. Okay, stop loss price easy 435. Okay, 435, and take profit price is 461. Of course, you can always put it higher. Okay, but for this example, just let's say 461, and you recalculate it. Oh, insufficient capital. That means you're risking 500, but you need to buy 5,555 shares. You only have 20,000 shares. All right, so you cannot buy it. You need to buy. So 5,005 times 4 is more than 20,000. So you definitely use more than 20,000 for this share. So end up is maybe what you want to do is you can risk smaller. Okay, try that. Yes. So you risk 2%, and you will be getting buying shares to buy 4,400, but you're only risking 400, but the market will move, right? Actually, all in all, you're risking 2% of, you can see here, 2% is your cut loss from where the price is, and you're taking at 3.8. So let's say you decided to move to 5 ringgit, and you recalculate that, you can see 5 ringgit is 12% from right here, but that one you will make 6 to 1 risk to reward, because you're taking 2% loss to make 12%, right? That's a great deal, isn't it, right? And target profit, you make about 2,500 ringgit, but still you're paying 4,444 shares, all right? And times 444, that will give you somewhere around just slightly less than $20,000 per trade. So that is the example for public bank. If you want to trade that, you can trade more or less, but just play around with the calculator. So if the audience have any stocks that you want me to look at, just give it to me. I'll do the same thing too and see whether we have it or not. All right. Now, in the previous month, we can take a look at HeadTech. We can look at B Auto. We can look at ASB, Data Prep. Okay. Any stocks that you want me to look at, I can do the same thing to calculate the stocks and what is the risk to reward level too. So that way it's easier, especially those of you. And then this is a tool to build that trading portfolio in here. Okay. If anyone has anything. Okay, we have Ajaya. Okay, Anna have Ajaya. Okay. Okay, Ajaya. Okay, Ajaya. Now, Ajaya risk to reward is very bad, 0 to 1. Because why? It turned red pentagon already. Okay, so not a time to buy Ajaya. Time to cabut. Okay, now if you switch back to 3 months, I hope if you have followed green pentagon, will be at 117. A lot, you already run a lot here. Okay, it's not a time to buy Ajaya, time to sell. Okay, any other stocks? Okay, beside that, we got okay, Heng Yuan. We'll take a look at Heng Yuan. Okay, Heng Yuan. Okay, Heng Yuan is good, 6 to 8. Okay, but remember, already turned red pentagon. We still have to wait for the green pentagon. Now, assuming you don't want to wait for the green pentagon, you want to masuk saja sekarang sini, right? Right, and this is what you do: 344, 466. Okay, 344, 466, and again 2%. 340 entry price is 361. Assuming you can enter tomorrow lah. 361. Profit target is 466. Okay, 466. And what was that? 344. 344 is a stop loss. Okay, 344. So you put on that one, recalculate. That's a 6 to 1, and you're still risking 400. So how many shares are you buying? You're buying 2,000, maybe 2,400 shares. Okay, so 2,100, you're risking 400 to get at 466. You're getting 2,400. So not too bad, but do take note. This one hasn't turned green pentagon, and if you feel that this market can pick up and go, I think that's a pretty pretty decent share. Okay, we got our Globetronics, we got MYEG. We'll look at MYEG being one of the more popular one too, MYEG. So this is how you want to be calculating it if you have it. So switch to MYEG, and yeah, MYEG is okay, 1.86 to 1. It's green pentagon in here, risk to reward, same thing. Let's do that. We use the 2%. 2%, we're only risking 400 ringgit. Yeah, let's say you decided to have 50,000, okay? 50,000, risking 2%, and the same, you're going to put it for MYEG. Okay, stop loss 87 cents, 0.8787, and entry price is tomorrow entry price 90.50 cent. Okay, entry price is 0.905. Okay, profit target is 97 cents. Okay, 97 cents, right? 0.97 cent, and we calculate that. All right, so you can see you are risking $1,000, which is equivalent to minus 3.87% from current entry price at 0.95. All right, and you have to buy 28,000 shares. 28,000 shares. All right, is 28,000. Let's say 29,000 share times 90 cent. Okay, and for that, you're going for $1,800 profit. Right, profit target is 7%. 7% in here. From that amount, you're making 3.7% only return for the market. Of course, if you want to risk more, you can put, right? And one of the things that you can do to really, let me just share with you, is you move your stop loss. If you move your stop loss to 0.9 and you recalculate this, you'll see you have insufficient capital, but you really max out the number of shares here, right? And let's say you're only using 1%. Okay, you're using 1%, you're risking 500, but you buy 33,000 in here, but your stop loss is 89 cents. And if you hit 4097, you will make 2,160 ringgit. That will give you a reward to risk 4 to 3. So this is how you play around with it. You narrow down your stop loss, which means you buy more. But if the market were to hit 89 cents, you cut loss, you still lose 500 ringgit. So a lot of time people say, hey, I buy more. If I lose, I lose. Not necessary. If you cut loss quick at this price, okay, your stop loss, the stop loss is at 0.89, okay, 0.89. Okay, at 0.89, then you are only risking minus 1.6, which is still equivalent to 500 ringgit. Keep in mind, that's very important. This is why it's something that we teach a lot in all our foundation course. Okay, I hope you all got the gist of it in here. We're almost coming to 11:30, and we will continue next week. So make sure you join me next week for more of this kind of bites sharing in here, tools that you can benefit for the VSA 360 in here. Okay, I'm sure you all have a lot more in here. Now, the year 2022, the bear market is here. Lots of uncertainty in here, but definitely we all has passed through the first hurdles, right? Which was the CPI figures. Now, no doubt, this Jamie Dimon was still talking about recession next year, which is true. I do agree with him. Somehow it is there, but take note of it. Many times the market, right, you can see here, this is how the inverted yield curve, what it simply says on this chart, whenever it hit below the red line or below 0, you can see here, touch here, 6 to 9 months, recession will come. But do take note, usually this kind of data are late, and you have to wait for 6 to 9 months, which means recession will come 6 to 9 months next year. But guess what? Before that, maybe mid-March, the market will start to move up. And that's the time that I keep telling and keep educating our members and also the public in there. You can see AMD, NVIDIA, and 3 more chips to buy has been priced in the downturn. At the same time, the CPI figure already been priced in as the inflation cool. So take note of it. This is Semicon ETF in US. You can see market started to turn green pentagon in here, and they're about reflected to crack through the 200-day moving. It may not crack the 200, it will still come back in here, but a lot of time the market bottom is here. So my point is, we may have reached the bottom even before they talk of recession. As recession is been talking about, it's already been priced in. It's not going to go lower. It may just move sideways, but as soon as the recession is being confirmed, a lot of stocks will move up. If you look at the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq right now, it is crossing above the 200-day moving average. The technology heavy stocks is just short of it in here. And if the inflation cool down, and many of you may aware, lower interest rate will cause the technology stock to recover, and that's also what we will see in the technology stock in here. And that's something I talked about it on the 23rd of November, 9:30. Last month in here, be prepared for the Christmas rally in here. The couple of stocks that I talked about in here has started to move up, but not a lot. I talk about technology, energy and finance sectors, and the same also for US. Hibiscus, Dayang, Inari, those right now, these are the stock Frontcan, Inari, which I talked about on 23rd, all have positive reward to risk. Check it out on the VSA 60. I highly recommend you to get our 360 plus our foundation 1 and foundation 2 course that comes with it in here. But due to the short time, we don't have time to do a position sizing like the exercise that we did. But I'm sure next week when we come back, we'll do more of this in here. So before I go, I just want to note that our course also talk about the US market Telegram chat room in here, supported by one of our coach Suilo from Australia in here, and he talks about some of the stocks that he have done some back testing, and we can see from in here has done pretty well. So this is the part that we talk about the global reach out, the cross platform in here, able to invest across the board. And no doubt this recession will be on us, but one thing is already behind us is the inflation figure. The 7.1 is behind us. So here, in order to go recession, we need to have 2 negative quarter. If I don't see that coming, how is recession possible, right? And that's usually my point. Remember, stock market is a forward-thinking instrument. You don't make money by looking at the back of the mirror. You got to think forward. And definitely for the medium to a longer term, this is where the VSA 360 stock alerts is important. If we know what kind of sectors we are looking at, D&O, can we put in the red pentagon? So one of the ways you want to do it is switching on to our alert. The alert will be sent to you, right, by the email in here, and you'll be notified at real time, okay, when the red pentagon or green pentagon turning to. So this is the portfolio that I set up for myself in here, right? And I can see I have SIME, Globetronics and Genting. So these are my today's standing. I'm monitoring 3 of these stocks right now in here. These are my so-called my past 2 weeks. Some of those stocks that has turned green pentagon or red pentagon 2 weeks ago. These are my history, the history one, my stock watch list, and how I wish I kept them here. You can see CFM turned green pentagon on the 22nd of November, right? And that one has moved up to 78% in here. So unfortunately, it already hit my upper limit. I'm not monitoring anymore. So this is also good, the what we call past opportunity. You can look at that. Perak Transport is also in my hit list. Tafek, JSB, Hyptech, Tafek, and M1. So these are my list, but these are the current one that hasn't been notified. Genting is something that I just put in, Globetronics and SIME Dhabi. So this is important, why the stock market is a forward-thinking game. All right, so there's something in here. So in short, I want to close this session in here with the 7-2 framework, and I hope that our VSA education and our tools will fit the solution if you are looking for tools and education. The skill assessment, I think if you are a beginner, we have the foundation 1 and foundation 2 that will fit you well. For mental preparation, the coaching that we are doing in our 100-day will definitely help you. And for when it comes to trading goal, I think you can stick to a 3-month target or 6-month monthly target income, right? That's where you want to be trading and seeing that. And one of the better ways is actually trading both the US and the Malaysian market in here. I think that's why our VSA screener, analytics and alert allows you to do that. And more importantly, I think the whole practice comes from doing it. Just imagine you may not trade US stocks before, but you can trade virtually through our gaming platform, and that's why we have it in Trade VSA. We support it through our 100-day orientation program. And those of you who have signed up for December sales 12/12 in here, I want you to join our 100-day orientation program and really benefit that. And from then onwards, we're able to analyze your performance, whether you're on target or not, and we're able to help you. That is really what we are here, our VSA package for 2022. and 2023. And I do hope that you want to take this opportunity in here. So where are we right now? The interest rate hike is likely going to be announced tonight or tomorrow. If it's no 25 basis point or even less, this market's going to rally. The better than expected inflation figure was released yesterday on the 13th of December. But the year-to-date 5.2%, I think it's going to close up in the last week of December. We may not get minus 5.2, we may get minus 3. Lots of KLSE opportunity there. So be selective. Don't shoot all your bullets, those of you who are listening right now here. All right, so take note, the Bursa and the US has in here. So bringing out the best is our 100 days orientation, because we find that through gaming, just like purely video in here, people learn faster. As such that this is where we feel that if you're onboarding, the orientation, the virtual platform will give you that. And then building habits, this is where we talk about recording those trades that works and those trades don't works. The sooner you record them, you're much better in here. And that's how you achieve mastery, that you're able to move on to a brown belt or to a black belt. We all start with white belt first. Through our 100-day coaching, we hope to graduate everyone else to yellow belt. Okay, yellow belt, just like they do in the martial art in here. Through our 100-day orientation, you can see some of our members started with 50k, already advanced to 300 over 1,000 already, right? So this is where we also be doing sharing on some of their strategy and how they trade in here. That will be great insights for all of us members sharing, benefiting in here for our in here. So once you get that right, then only start trading correctly, right? But during that time, I think having someone like myself, our coaches and Zach to watch over you rather than just a little bit of here, a little bit of there. And sometimes it can be dangerous too, but having the right coach will definitely put in here. So that ends our talk for tonight. Do join me next Wednesday for the continuation of our part 2. So in summary, right, I will talk about plentiful opportunity. Not all counter has run. Maybe we identified like Growtronics and DNO. The December run may start off, the kick off once the inflation we already out, and now the US interest rate hike. Whether it is 75 basis point, 50 basis point, if it's lower, it's going to be moving in here. So some of the stocks that you have didn't work out. Maybe you want to get rid of it, all right, and use the stock trading combo tools that we have, the visual trading plan, as well as the position sizing calculator that we have in our VSA 360. Follow the smart money in here. And we have extended the December sale. So if you have not bought it yet, make sure you buy one and get one free. So if you can join venture with another friends, get it and you will benefit some of it in here. Remember what they say, the early bird catches the early worm. This is Martin here signing off from Pentagon Guider in here. A simple system where many people are saying great things, and I do hope that the coming 2 weeks in here, we will be taking, after next Wednesday, we'll be taking last week off, and I'll be back next year in the first week of December. And those of you who are ready, all right, next week, come back on the 21st. That will be our last session for the week. And that's all. I bid you, and do join our Telegram chat room in here, and for all things like education, and be informed of our things. So if you have any questions do let me know, but I'm always happy to pass on any good tips in terms of stock trade idea as well as education in our Telegram chat room. Thank you for listening. I'll be back on Friday as usual with our VSA 360 live FB trading. Thank you and good night.